I've been mapping with this Hivemapper Dashcam for almost 6 months now, and I've made over $5,000 so far with a device that costs less than $300, and I don't even drive very much. Recently upgraded my dashcam to their new Hivemapper Dashcam S, so in this video we'll look at this new dashcam and compare it to the prior version to see if you should upgrade. I'll share my setup, which is 2 dashcams in my vehicle at once, which means double earnings. Not bad. And stay tuned because I put together an analysis on how much you can expect to make with this dashcam, and I was blown away by the results. You won't see this type of analysis anywhere else on YouTube. I've checked. So what is Hivemapper? Hivemapper is a decentralized global mapping network that rewards its contributors for collecting 4K quality street level imagery with dashcams through a drive-to-earn model. These images are collected from these dashcams, which you mount in your vehicle, and by providing this data, you're rewarded in their cryptocurrency token, Honey. You can think of this similar to Google Street View. You may have seen Google's cars driving around in the past with cameras mounted all over them. But the problem I see with Google Street View is an area may only be mapped once a year, so that mapping data can quickly become stale. Plus the cost to build out a fleet of cars with cameras mounted all over them, plus paying drivers to drive around in circles, is a huge capital investment. That's where Hivemapper comes in as a way to completely disrupt this space. There are currently over 32,000 people around the world with Hivemapper dashcams mounted in their vehicles, mapping the roads they drive each day. And this project is still in its infancy, being just over a year old. It's one of the few cryptocurrency projects I've found that has an actual real-world use case, and I can see this mapping data becoming more and more valuable to businesses and governments who potentially want to buy access to these maps. They currently have 2 dashcams available, the original Hivemapper Dashcam and their new Hivemapper Dashcam S. Let's look at the differences between the two. The original Hivemapper Dashcam is priced at $300 and captures 4K imagery at 10 frames per second. The Hivemapper Dashcam S is quite a bit pricier, coming in at $649, but captures 4K imagery at 30 frames per second. Now for reference, 30 frames per second is what I'm filming this YouTube video at. So one benefit I see to the Dashcam S is it can potentially be used to record evidence of an accident or if someone tries to pull insurance fraud on you.
I feel very blessed.
Now the Dashcam S is also quite a bit smaller too, at about half the height as the original Dashcam. So definitely nicer looking, mounted on your dash, which my wife definitely appreciated. Now there currently is no difference in the earnings between the 2 dashcams, so the better value for your money in my opinion is the original Hivemapper Dashcam. Given the surge in the price of the Honey token recently, both dashcams are unfortunately currently on back order, with deliveries expected in April of 2024 for the original Dashcam and May of 2024 for the Dashcam S. But as an added incentive to order one now, they are offering a 2,500 Honey token bonus if you purchase the device by December 31st, 2023, which at the current prices would basically pay for the dashcam itself. I also have a discount code which will get you 10% off your dashcam order. I'll put that in the bonus incentive form in the description below. The Honey token has been on a tear this past month, going from about a penny to as high as 35 cents, in fact down to 11.5 cents as of the filming of this video on December 28th. It's still a pretty small project at this point, ranked number 534 in terms of market cap, with a market cap of about $49 million. So still a lot of room to run in my opinion, and I would not be surprised to see a $1 plus token price for Honey this bull run. It's also built on the Solana blockchain, which I like to see because that means super low fees. I cringe every time I have to transact using Ethereum, knowing I'm going to be eaten up by gas fees. Now, I originally covered this project back in July on the channel, and I've been giving monthly profitability updates in my month-end earnings analysis videos ever since. So if you don't want to miss out on the next Hivemapper before it blows up, consider subscribing to this channel. Next, let's look at how much you can expect to earn with this thing. I've been mapping with my original Hivemapper Dashcam for about 6 months now, and so far I've earned 43,500 Honey tokens to date. So at today's price of 11.52 cents per Honey token, that equals total earnings of $5,011. I've mapped a total of 11,176 miles, which equals an average of 62 miles per day. So not a whole lot of driving compared to some people. 277 of those miles were first-time miles mapped. So based on those numbers, I'm earning an average of just under 4 Honey tokens per mile, which equals about 45 cents per mile. Not too shabby. Next, I wanted to test how my earnings compared to other people's earnings, so I can give you an estimate of how much you can expect to earn with this thing. So what I did is I pulled a sample of 15 different wallets from the Hivemapper Explorer page. Now this wasn't a completely random sample, I only selected wallets that were recently contributing mapping data and tried to get a distribution of people who had been mapping for different lengths of time. I found there's a lot of people out there that are not using their dash cams. Tisk tisk. So we have samples from between 1 and 11 months here. What I found is my results were pretty average in terms of earnings per mile, with the average coming in at about 40 cents per mile for my sample here. It's also interesting, I don't see a high correlation between the first time miles mapped here and the earnings per mile based on my sample. Now keep in mind, your results are going to be highly dependent on how much you drive, where you drive, and how many first time miles you mapped. And I would also expect earnings to gradually decrease over time as the network continues to build out. And remember, this is a global project, so for you non-US viewers, here is that same data in kilometers instead of miles. While we wait for our global friends to take a look at their data, hit that like button for me, please. So next, let's take a look at these earnings to build a break-even analysis or a return on investment analysis. Like you mentioned earlier, the cost of the Hivemapper Dashcam is currently $300. You can get 10% off. You use my coupon code SwanCastle, so you're looking at a net cost of about $270. And remember, if you buy one before the end of the year, you can get 2,500 honey token bonus for waiting, which is currently worth more than $270, making this thing potentially free, which is kind of crazy. Now, I'm not listing the Dashcam S here, but that cost and break even would be approximately double the break even for the original Dashcam. So what I did for this break-even analysis is I took the average honey tokens earned per mile from my sample and multiplied that by the different driving amounts per day. So you can see here, we're pulling cell H27 from the first spreadsheet, which is the honey tokens per mile times the different miles per day. So you're looking at earnings per day of anywhere between $12 and $36 based on current prices and based on this analysis. And then in that case, you're looking at break-even days of 22 days down to about 7 days if you're driving quite a bit at 100 miles per day. So extremely lucrative at this point, even with the honey price down the last few days. Now you can also see why this thing is on back order right now. I've never seen break-evens this low in the 2 years that I've been analyzing crypto projects. Now for fun, I also did a break-even analysis assuming the honey token goes back to all-time highs. So the all-time high was made on December 6th of 2022. That was right after the token launched of 43 cents. We did almost see that all-time high a couple weeks ago when the honey price was surging. I think we hit about 38 cents at the time. So we've already almost hit that all-time high price. We hit those all-time highs. You're looking at earnings based on my analysis anywhere between $45 to $135 per day, which gives you a break even of just a couple days. So it's a no-brainer to be using this device. Next, let's talk setup. Setting up the Dashcam was very easy, and I was up and mapping in just a few minutes. The Dashcam comes with a mount assembly, which you stick to your dash, then you screw the Dashcam into the mount, and then power it on using the included power supply, which plugs into your vehicle's cigarette lighter adapter. You'll then need to download the official Hivemapper app to your phone from either the Apple or Google Play app stores, and there will likely be some software updates needed to your Dashcam, which should automatically update within a few minutes. You also need to create a Phantom wallet and link it to your Hivemapper app so you can start to receive rewards. Then you should be all ready to start earning those honey tokens. Now, rewards are paid out every Wednesday evening for the prior Saturday through Sunday's mapping data. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have 2 Dashcams mounted in my car now. I have the Dashcam S front facing on the windshield and the original Dashcam in the right rear window. They want front and side view data, so having this set up allows me to potentially earn double earnings while I drive. I just started testing out this double Dashcam setup, so I'm excited to see my initial results over the next few weeks. Now, a couple points to mention. You'll want to mount the device so it has an unobstructed view of the road. So they recommend tilting the device about 10 to 15 degrees upward so you're not recording the hood of your car. It also only records imagery during daytime. I found it starts recording about 50 minutes after sunrise in the morning and stops recording about 50 minutes before sunset in the evening. So now in the winter when the days are really short, that means it'll only record when you drive from about 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Obviously that'll get longer as the days get longer as we approach summer. Now you don't need to unplug it or anything at night, it knows when to record. Now the one slight annoying thing I've found with this device is the entire upload process for your mapping data. You connect the Dashcam to your phone's Hivemapper app using the Dashcam's Wi-Fi network, and it downloads the mapping data to the Hivemapper app. It then uploads the data from the Hivemapper app either using cellular data or when you're connected to Wi-Fi again. I found this whole upload-download process was quite slow when I first got into this project about 6 months ago, but they have been releasing firmware updates periodically and it is much faster now. I usually just keep the Hivemapper app open on my phone when I'm driving, and the whole download upload process finishes while I'm driving. Now, I originally passed on purchasing this device when it came out in early 2023 because I didn't drive very much. But as I looked into the project more, I realized it did have a great use case and there was potential where I could make some good money with it once the next bull market came. And here we are today. I personally regret not getting it earlier, obviously. Now I use it as an excuse to take my 9-month-old on drives so he can nap, and I can listen to YouTube videos while I map with Hivemapper. If you're looking for another way to make money with your vehicle, I have another project for you. It's called Demo. It's been a huge moneymaker for me this year. Check out my latest video on Demo over here. Thanks for watching.